Project Epoch might be the next big thing in the Classic Plus scene. I think a lot of people are massively underestimating how popular Project Epoch will become. There's just a massive amount of hype under the hood. And one way that I'm seeing this is in the demand on YouTube for Project Epoch content. And at the beginning, I thought it was just another private server, like another small project. I wasn't going to even get to see the numbers that TurtleWow has in popularity and player numbers. But during the past few weeks, I've kind of changed my mind on that. When I made the Project Epoch a complete overview video, I was not expecting to get more than maybe 5,000 views on that video. That's how my videos usually perform, within the 2,000 to 5,000 views within the first, let's say, week up until 14 days approximately. And really depends on how rewatchable the video is. That determines if I get any more views on that. But my video on Project Epoch it's sitting around almost at 60,000 views right now. And that's just in 8 days. Like, that just shows me the amount of hype there is for this server. Like, that's insane compared to how my videos normally perform. Like, if I just I have some videos reached 100,000 views, like my leveling guide series, part 3 of that has gotten over 100,000 views. My TurtleWow review video has also gotten 100,000 views. My TurtleWow video took 2 years to reach 100,000 views. And my leveling/grinding guide took 5 years to reach 100,000 views. Just compare that to my Project Epoch complete overview video that got 60,000 views in just 8 days. It's still getting between 100 and 200 views per hour, like massively outperforming any other videos I have. And I don't think that this video is necessarily better than any of the other videos that I've made, but it just shows me that there's a massive amount of hype behind Project Epoch. And if just 20% of the people who've watched my Epoch video, if just 20% of those decide that, hey, let's check out Project Epoch, let's see what it can do, and they decide to join Epoch on launch day, that's 12,000 people. And I honestly expect that to happen. Will it be more popular than TurtleWow? I don't know, but the timing is just perfect. Season of Discovery just kind of shut down. Basically, it's still up there, but the development has stopped. It's official that they're not going to make any more content, and it's just gonna ebb out. There's all the talk about Classic Plus right now, and Blizzard has nothing. Well, they have TBC coming up, but there is some time before that happens. There's actually a lot of time before that happens. A lot of people who play on TurtleWow, they complain about the client, and I don't think TurtleWow is going to give us the updated client just yet. Some time's gonna pass before we get the 2.0 update with the Unreal graphics and the updated client. That will probably help things to run a lot smoother. So there's a lot of people just sitting around not knowing what to play right now. And then we have Project Epoch that's releasing in 6 days from this recording, like the 26th of July. I think that this server is massively underestimated in popularity. If I make a TurtleWow video, it's not going to get half as many views as my Project Epoch video got. That's just insane how many views this video got. It's well on its way to be the best performing video on my entire channel. So will their servers be able to handle it? Now that is the question. Totes, the founder, he talked on an interview made by Beato. Check out his channel, by the way. They talked about the expectation of the server popularity. He basically said it is way beyond what he expected. So do they have the infrastructure to actually support this many people? Let's say 10,000 people decides to join the server. I'm pretty sure that that's probably going to happen. A lot of people are going to be sitting in queue, not going to be able to play. I kind of expect that. And he said so himself. Like, he will be expecting people to be set in queues. They also talked about they will expand, they will increase how many people they let in slowly, but they need to get people out of the starter zones first before they open up for more people. I think he talked about something like 500,000 people is the cap in the beginning, and then they'll slowly increase it maybe by 1,000 for next few hours to accommodate more people, and to, like, as soon as people have spread out into the other areas or zones, they can start to increase the server player cap. Like, having also 2,000 people in the stress test, that's a humongous amount of people just for a stress test on a goddamn private server. Not many people knew about it, and the few that knew about it probably didn't even bother. So what we are seeing out of those people, that's a fraction of the people that will be there at launch. Like 2,000 people, that's the entire population of some private server, if not more. For the longest time, TurtleWow was sitting at around 300 players total. Now on the EU realms, TurtleWow is at around 8 to somewhere between 8 and 10,000 people. That's just on the Northern the PvE realm. PvP realm is sitting at 2,000 people. And then they have a South American server as well. That's Last time I checked was around 8,000 people. That's probably gone down a little bit, but that's still a massive amount of people. And I think they have another region. I think they have a Chinese region as well. And I think there's a lot of people on that server as well. So what's my point with that? Well, Project Epoch doesn't have region-specific servers. They got one server that everyone wants to play on. Don't think there are any plans to open servers for specific regions, but just understanding that there's a lot more people wanting a Classic Plus than what we see. And that just shows how much hype there is for Classic Plus in general in the private server scene. So if some of those people probably also want to check out Project Epoch, along with all the people coming from Season of Discovery that don't want to start on Turtle WoW for several reasons. One, the server infrastructure on a 1.12 client. It's an old client. Some people despise that. I think Turtle WoW is running just fine with the vanilla fixes. The new launcher is actually running quite good. I just think some people, for some reason, it's not working for them or they can't get it to work correctly. Another thing that is the problem with Turtle WoW, both servers, the PvE and the PvP server, are both progressed. So people want a fresh experience. And another thing on Turtle WoW, there isn't much PvP incentive on that server. That's coming, by the way. It's on its way. And they are trying to balance stuff. And I think the balanced solution that they're going for, that's what I recommended. I wouldn't want to see PvP specific stats. I made an entire video on why I don't think that's good. But I'll talk about that in another video. And war mode here on Project Epoch is better than it is on Turtle WoW. Turtle WoW's war mode is, there's a thing there called blue walling, where as a non-flagged player, non-PvP flagged player, you can basically just sit there, run close to a PvP flagged player, and then decide when you are going to attack him while he is grinding his mobs or doing his quests. You can just stand there in the background. Once he's low, go up and slap him. Then you flag yourself for PvP. But that only lasts around 5 minutes, and then you get out of PvP mode again. That's completely broke. That should have been fixed. I don't know why that hasn't been fixed yet. But you shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to walk up to someone like that. They not being able to attack you, but you being able to attack them. And then once you do, after 5 minutes, you're unflagged for PvP. Here on Epoch, it's different. You're not going to be able to attack somebody who's flagged for PvP if you're not flagged for PvP as well. And flagging yourself for PvP can only be done in the major cities, as far as I'm understanding it. And if you want to unflag yourself for PvP, you have to pay a sum of gold to unflag yourself. And that sum of gold is just like shifting talents. That's going to increase to disincentivize people for constantly flagging back and forth whenever it suits you. There's also XP gaining from PvP and a lot of other PvP incentives already in place. That's going to make it probably a lot more interesting. I think Turtle WoW is also realizing that there's a lot of people who actually enjoy PvP. So they are doing stuff like the next upcoming patch is, or the next upcoming 2 patches actually, or focusing a lot more on PvP, which is good to see. Trying to reduce the burstiness. If you want to see how what that's all about, check out my Turtle WoW roadmap video on my channel. But those are just my 2 cents about Project Epoch. What I think is going to happen, I think we're going to see a massive amount of people joining the server. And I think it's going to be more than people expect. And I think they're going to be queues for days, maybe, probably. Hopefully not. Hopefully they'll upgrade their infrastructure, get some more capacity. But as the founder said, it wasn't his goal. It isn't his goal to be the most popular private server out there, the most popular Classic Plus private server. He just had a vision. Wanted to make his own server. I don't think they're not 100 strong developers just like Turtle WoW. It's not a massive amount of people. He doesn't even have a in-game shop. Like the only way he can fund all of this is probably out of his own pocket and the donations they're getting. So, but still there's this much hype. So yeah, I think we're going to see a massive amount of people on the server, huge population. And that's also kind of what I'm hoping for. So I expect a lot of people. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Turtle WoW or Project Epoch or just Classic Plus videos in general. I'll be making videos on everything Classic Plus related. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.